Hey guys, this is Naftuyev. Today I'm going to review and set up a 60-inch Octabox from you. And I'm going to actually look at my receipt here, make sure I get the name right. It's the Pro Studio Solutions Easy Pro Beauty Dish Octagonal Softbox 60-inch with Speedring for Alienbees, which is what I'm going to be using it on. Anyway, that's the long title, but essentially it's a portable, because it's set up like an umbrella, 60-inch Octabox, which is what we're commonly used to calling these things, with both a baffle and a white front screen, so it's got a nice diffused light. So I just got it in the mail today. Let me set it up right in front of you guys. Came in this carrying case. So far so good. It looks like a folding chair actually in a lot of ways. Now right away you can see the size of this thing. It's definitely 60 inches. It's pretty big. It's got the speed ring for the Alienbees on it, as I ordered. So as per the instructions, I am supposed to open this up a little bit, reach in, and then pull back like an umbrella to open this thing up. Let's see if I can do that. Boy, you know what? I think it'll be actually easier from the other side. So I'm not going to follow the instructions. I'm going to do it this way. There we go. Looks like I'm getting a satellite dish set up. Now, that'll snap into place just like that. Except, of course, I got the few of the rods came out. So let me shrink it back down. See, this is good. This is live, so we're seeing all the issues that might happen. Let me get it folded up again here. All right. And make sure these are where they're supposed to be before I unfold it. There we go. And I assume this is something that I just need to be a little more careful on if I'm taking it apart, putting it back together, transporting it. Not that it's going to happen every single time. Alright, so now that everything is the way it should, let me lift it up again, spin it around, and there we go, lock it in place. So, 60 inches, it truly is. I'm going to look at the back now, get the Velcro put on there in place, make sure we don't have any holes, and there's the speed ring. You know, even with that little stoppage for reinserting some of the rods, it's still a heck of a lot faster than the normal Octabox that I've put together. And it is big. Now, one other thing, this comes with what the manufacturer calls a beauty dish. Actually, just a cheap hunk of plastic. It's shiny, reflective plastic, but it's actually it looks like a silver paint on black plastic. So, or tan-colored plastic with silver paint. So I'm not sure how long this is going to last. But the idea is, let me grab this again, is that you actually slide this on like so, and then you'll get more reflection that way. Now, as you can see, this thing slides all over the place. There's really nothing, there's no friction to hold it in place. What I'm going to end up doing is probably just getting a piece of duct tape and putting it on this thing so it's got more friction to hold it on. So we'll just take it off because it's going to fall off anyway. Now, let me go ahead and mount it. Actually, let me attach the baffles first. We'll do that. This thing is huge. All right, so we've got some Velcro tabs. So the baffles just attach right there. The weight to the weight, like that. I should say the Velcro on the baffle attaches like that. You could probably attach it a little bit more firmly. I'm just doing it loosely because I'm going to be taking this apart just as soon as I get it finished up, just to show you guys. There we go. Two more. Okay, now we've got the inner baffle attached. It's actually pretty damn big, I will say that. Now let's get the external one put together. Now I've read in reviews, and I tend to agree that this does create a slightly cooler light than some of the other light sources. So take whatever light color your actual well, in my case, Alienbee, but whatever strobe you're using puts out, and it'll be just a little bit cooler light. So we've got Velcro on the inside, and you can also get an optional egg crate screen for this. I didn't bother doing that. I like a nice diffused light, so don't need an egg crate for this for what I'm shooting. And again, I'm just attaching this very loosely because I'm going to end up taking it back apart. I could do a little better job attaching it if I was going to actually shoot with it right now. Let's see how close we come. It's always the last one that you find out that you need to redo it on. Well, not too bad. A little bit looser on this final one. So if I was going to be shooting and leave this in for a little while, I'd probably do a little better job spacing it out. But all said and done, for something that is based on an umbrella type design, pretty darn good. Good size. It's nice and tight. Now, let me put it down. The real question. Let's see how even the light is. So, I just happen to have Alienbee B1600 here. So we'll go ahead and get that attached on here. I've got a Pocket Wizard TT5, which is what I use for these things. Insert that in there. There we go. Now it's hooked up. So, only thing left to do is actually plug the Alienbee into a power source. Let me do that right now, and I'll show you guys what the actual output from this thing looks like. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to crank up the modeling lamp all the way up so you can see that. That shows you a little bit of the diffusion pattern right there. Now I'm going to actually turn it down a little bit. Maybe we'll get a still shot, if we're lucky, of the flash going off. Okay, well, hopefully one of those will be a good still, so you can see the pattern that's coming out of it. So there you go. Start to finish, from not really being familiar with it, just kind of not really using instructions either, just doing what looks like I should be doing, really probably only takes about 5 minutes, or actually more like 3 minutes to set up, start to finish. And even with my having to go back a little bit and re-put in the rods, still maybe only 5 minutes all said and done. I have looked at the pattern on this on the wall. It is pretty darn even. So as far as portable Octaboxes go, and even not so portable ones, for 60 inches, this is as good as anything I've seen. And for the price, it's extremely good. I mean, this thing is a very good value. So let me do one more thing before I finish up here. Do the inverse. Let me put it back in its bag, and you'll see just how long that takes. All right, power off the Alienbee. Oh, and as far as the pattern, now remember, the pattern that you saw was without this little hunk of plastic. which you know, not really necessary, but it probably does soften up the pattern a little more. But either way, I think it's fine even without it. So let's take out the outer baffle here. All Velcro, so it goes pretty quick. Now you can be anal retentive and fold this thing very neatly. I'm a believer in something I've heard other photographers say as well, which is the most even light you're going to get is from a crinkled sheet. So all I do is just kind of wad it up. It's going to get thrown in the bag. Whatever crinkles are on there are just going to add to the diffusion of the light. Pretty much the same thing with the inner baffle. It's all Velcro, so it just pops right out. There it is. Throw that in there. There's the inside of the umbrella again for you. You can see just how huge that thing is. I'm going to stand underneath it, fold it from the inside out. There we go. And grab the bag. You get the carrying case. I'm going to put it in the easy way first, so I don't have to worry about trying to coax any of the rods in there. Just follow the shape of the mount here. There we go. Flip it over. And there we are. It's in the bag. Now I probably would put the baffles in there as well, or maybe I'll just throw them in with the stands. Well, there you have it. There's a quick review as well as an assembly and a disassembly of the 60-inch Octabox. At this point, from what I've seen, it certainly lives up to the expectations. It's got a decent pattern. The color is a little bit cooler than some of the other boxes that I have, but it's still decent. Size-wise, it's good. It's just a very little bit smaller than the Octaboxes I typically use in the studio. And the portability, you cannot beat. That umbrella type design that lets you just spring it up without having to insert a whole bunch of rods every single time is great. So assuming you don't do what I did in the beginning, which is have a few of the rods pop out because I wasn't paying attention, it's a very quick to set up device. So there you go. Hopefully you enjoyed this review. For a text version of this, please go to the link at the end of the video. And certainly we'd love to hear any comments that you might have either on here or by going to the website linked at the end of the video. Cost-wise, I'm not going to list the price again because the price does change a little bit, but I think it's a very good bargain. It's a good value for the money compared to other similar Octaboxes, both size-wise and portability. So, all said, 5 stars. Thanks for watching.